Riveting content, empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
What's up, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Technocrats, where we talk about the ins and outs of technology to empower the digital you. I am your host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Snappity, Chat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And I'm with my main man, Jonathan Davis. Jay, what's up, brother? How you feeling today, man?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm feeling pretty good today, man. It's been a good week, so I'm excited, man, to be back in the studio.
It has been. It's been a pretty good week, man. I have zero complaints about this week, you know. I wish the weather would cooperate.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. We
Right.
in Bow Wow Challenge. My boy Tristan put something up on Instagram talking about it. The weatherman in Bow Wow challenged us because who knows? We're supposed to be a tropical storm Cindy coming through for all those that are down here in the South. But obviously it's not doing its thing.
Right,
So I thought I saw the sun peek out for a little bit. So, but that's
Right.
Houston for you. You never know what to expect.
Never know.
For our Facebook family, what's up? We love you. We know some of you all will be watching live. Some of you will watch later on. Remember, this show goes for about 15-20 minutes in Facebook. The rest of the episode, you want to go over to subscribe for that over in iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, all of our platforms. But that's where you want to go to make sure you get the rest of this show. But we like to talk tech. This is what we do, and it's about the technology, things that are changing your lives, things that are disrupting lives, things that are just making our society that much better. And we got some stuff in the news. Am I right, Jay?
Yeah, we do.
One of the things I want to talk about is I want to go back to a conversation we had that I think is important, because sometimes I like to predict the future over here.
Yes.
You know, we start talking about technology, things that are happening, things that are coming down the pipe that are going to make changes in people's lives. One of those things I want to talk about right now is Apple TV. Now, Apple as a company has a device that's called their Apple TV. And basically it's a set-top box that allows you to get connected applications and that video content, audio content, as well as gaming content right on your big screen or flat screen TV at home. But it looks like they're getting a bit serious about real content and moving towards a true TV platform. So we're going to put up an article for you and have this conversation. And this pretty much talks about some of the things that we talked about during WWDC. Apple has decided to go and grab a couple of workers from Sony Pictures that were in charge of their primetime TV programming and pull them over to say, you know what? We want to push forward in our original content, which we've started to kind of see. Am I right, Jay?
Yes.
So I think that this one little small move, right, of them, you know, they're treading lightly, but now starting to talk about carpool karaoke, start talking about Planet of the Apps, different things that are going to be original content or shows that they found other places to then bring out to the masses through Apple Music. So Apple Music, which was just audio for, you know, since inception, is now moving towards this video platform. What's your thoughts on this? You think this is a good move, bad move? And do you think this is something that could catch traction really fast from Apple?
I think it's a good move. I don't know how fast it would catch traction because there's so many other players already out and people are invested into those other players. So Apple going to have some really good original content from some actors, do some new innovative, creative things with this platform in order to get people to want to move from the Hulas, the Netflix, from the things that's going to be coming on the Twitter and other people doing things as well to make people want to buy into this. Like you mentioned, the show with the apps, we've been seeing the advertisements for that a lot. If you get a chance to listen to it on the radio, and they have a good cast there, kind of following the Shark Tank model, where they had different ones. There's what you need to do in order to have a successful application, because we know successful applications these days, if you can come out with one, it's very lucrative for you. But this show is demonstrating the rigmaroles and the pros and cons and difficulties that you have and challenges. And I think it's pretty good, be informative. I don't know how long it will run, but I think it's a great launching pad to bring people over to this platform to get used and familiar to utilizing Apple to watch live original content.
So, and I agree. And here's where I'm looking at it. And this is from the numbers perspective, right? And for those that are watching us right now, for those that listen to us right now, think about this. Currently, Apple has about 20 million, as of June 5th, they had 20 million subscribers for Apple Music.
Okay.
Netflix has 100 million subscribers for Netflix, right? And then that was as of April. Apple's a fifth of that, music only.
Right.
But they've already got 20 million people that they can push direct, brand new, original content to.
Right.
Which makes them leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else. I would have to go in and a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up Hulu's numbers. But I think what I'm getting at is
they already had a base.
They've already got the base. They've already got the people in their corner, people that they can throw the content at and say, "Hey, watch this. It's already on your subscription.
Right.
You're already subscribed. Watch this." Or they could even say, "Hey, just for $3 more a month, we've already got your credit card. All you have to do is click OK."
Yes.
And boom, revenue generates up. They've got the eyeballs, so it's like they're in a prime position to really launch original content and not have to go back and build anything from the scratch. The infrastructure is there.
Right, and you can tell, like, in the last 3 to 5 years, you see Apple doing a lot of things with celebrities in the music entertainment business, and and actors and actresses, where they come to mind. What comes to my mind is seeing them having such a good partnership and relationship with Apple that they'd be willing to do a short film or to do original content, a little weekly sitcom.
And that's what I'm thinking.
And I think all these people will readily come on board with Apple rather than going somewhere else. And I think, like you was touching on, Netflix has a huge base, but Apple necessarily won't be competing with them. I mean, they would be competing, not directly, but they will be some competition with the original content space. Sure. But I think if Apple was to go this direction, I don't think it's going to be anyone, for as infrastructure-wise at this time, for having things in place to serve as many different people with the music and video with their content, their infrastructure and technology and things they have for the cloud system services, I think it's superseding. You see the big old thing they just opened, the big center in the department that they have, look like an alien, something alien foreign somewhere. But it just shows you that they're a huge investment that they have, and that I feel like it's going to be really hard for their competitors if this is something that Apple really gets behind. But like I say, it has to be something very unique. It has to be something, some big time actors and something very creative. And I don't know what else you can do, because in the last, like I said, a few years with the video podcasts and indie films and other networks doing things, I don't know what else Apple could do to get anyone to leave what the ecosystem they already invested in.
Yeah, I agree. I don't foresee people leaving. And you and I talked about this, and it always feels good to talk to you about this, good sir, because you're so tied into this Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're there each and every day.
Yes.
They've got you, so to speak. The buy-in is there. And one of the most beautiful things that has come out of Apple that everybody should have learned by now is that if you control the hardware and the software, you can determine the how do I say this in a non-tech term? You can determine the experience that a user is going to get because you know it from the front side and the back side. And now because you got them tied to your hardware, it's easy to deliver software to you. That's the reason why Apple Music's so big.
Okay.
You know?
So this is what my prediction is.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Give it to us, Jay.
This is what I feel that Apple is really intending on doing. Right now, this is just a vetting process, a polling process to see how many subscribers, what kind of bite they're going to get. Because they have so much money to play with, they can do projects like this.
True. They do.
Yeah, they can.
150 billion
Yeah.
with the B, billion
Yeah.
in the bank. This cash. That's
Right.
cash reserve. They're worth $750 billion. That's their market cap.
So-
they're three-quarters of $1 trillion company.
Wow.
That's how big Apple is.
So they can easily throw $300 million behind. Okay, let's do
Hey,
this with
no
original
sweat.
content easily.
No sweat.
So this is what I feel is going to take place. I feel there's going to be a lot of pressure put on Tim Cook. I also feel that the pressure is going to be from a lot of investors and other people seeing what Google's doing and with the YouTube TV streaming and things, service such as that. And they feel like Apple is taking too long to stay with the big major players.
True.
It's good to wait back and have a wait and see attitude on some things, but it's getting to the point now, even with the upgrades with their hardware, it takes too long for you to see simple basic features that the customers are demanding.
Sure.
So I feel Tim Cook going to get a lot of pressure. I feel like this is a test pilot. I feel like that investment they made in the last 5 years to build these huge data centers and cloud storage farms is going to enable Apple to offer a video on demand subscription service where you can access it from any platform, Windows or Android, Chrome OS. So you can go from your browser or any platform you want to be on, and you can be able to watch your movies and play back without just having to have iTunes or Apple device. I feel like this is what Apple is about to go to. So now it's not just having you to stay within the ecosystem.
Yeah.
They still making money by having subscribership with everyone. Because right now, the only people that can benefit or they can utilize the Apple Music is someone that has an Apple device.
That's true. That's true.
So, and that's the thing. So I feel that this, with the TV content, if this does well, they're not going to want to just have it just for the Apple subscribers.
No, you're right.
So, because they're going to realize I can make more money off the advertisements and these bumpers and things inside these shows, and I can have it on multiple devices and have those subscribership with those people too. So I feel this is about to create a shift in Apple with being so locked down and key on only keeping things proprietary in-house. And they're going to have to start going more interoperability to other platforms.
We shall see.
Yes.
We shall see, good sir. So let us know what you think. Victoria, we see you. Hello
Yeah.
to you, madam. We appreciate your patronage. Appreciate you hitting that share button. And for anyone else who hops in, whether you're live or not, make sure you hit the share button and let people know what's going down right here at the Sphere.
Right. And speaking of Facebook, we appreciate those loyal supporters, appreciate everyone who signs on, and appreciate the feedback that we receive. And we ask you to continue to subscribe to our show on all major platforms. You also can review our show via the iTunes. Give us any type of constructive feedback that you may have. We want to get better. We want to continue to bring you the content. We want to continue to stay on the topics that you have. We ask also that you continue to please share your Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. If they weren't able to catch you with us live, play it back with them at another time. And also, to help us to be able to bring this to you, continue to donate. And if you haven't done so, give it a try. Donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspired content each and every week. And you can go to the website link that we have. It's at www.thesphere.tv/donate. Once again, it's thesphere.tv/donate. And you can do a patronage, you can do a single donation, you can do $1 a month, $2 a month, $20 a month, $100 a month, the
Whatever
big
you
dollar,
like.
$1,000, whatever you like. It's all going to go to helping the better and enrichment of this show to
Indeed.
continue to keep the empowering content.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, Jay, let me ask you a quick question, man.
Yes.
How do you feel about your groceries when it comes to, how do I say this? When it comes to health, delivery, and just the overall well-being of the shopping experience? How do you feel about that?
Okay. Well, me being first of all, I'm a type of person, audience members and viewers, that like to outsource everything. I have such a hectic, busy life, like most of us do, that if I can outsource something, I would. But the thing is with the groceries, Gary, I have some qualms and reservations about it.
Okay.
I feel like if I was to order some groceries and get some produce and get some good fruit, veggies, and things like that, or the meat, poultry, I feel like would this individual give me the best pickings of the fruit? Or would they just give me the stuff that's undesirable looking fruit, all dinged up and give it to me? You know, that's the only thing I have. But like other items that's boxed or canned, in a glass or in a plastic bottle, I think that would be great and convenient. What do you think about it, though?
So this is what I think. I think that being in an environment where I don't have to worry about going to the grocery store. Let me be honest, man. Okay. I ain't got the time to shop every week. I don't have the time. I really don't. It's not always in my best interest to stop at this grocery store. Now, mind you, I'm on a very strict list. I know exactly what I want. I'm in there. I'm out there 30, 45 minutes top. I'm not one of those fill the basket up
like
shoppers.
Shoppers
no,
day,
not at all, man. Not at all. I'm in and out. I got my list from Alexa. She told me what I needed. Yes. So I'm in there. I'm hitting it. Boom, done deal. Yes. But if I can tell Alexa, I need add these to my shopping list, and then 2 days later, the things I added to my shopping list show up at my door.
Wow.
From an Amazon drone.
Wow.
I have no qualms.
Yes.
And what we're talking about is the fact that Amazon has just said it's going to buy Whole Foods for a little under $14 billion. Man, oh man. We're talking shopping heaven, and it's going to make things so much more different and competitive when it comes to the shopping market. Before we hop into that, though, I just want to give a little teaser, because that's what we're going to call that. Before we hop into that, we want to say hi and bye to those that are on Facebook right now. We love you. We adore you. We appreciate your patrons. Appreciate what you're doing. We've got to cut out, but before we cut out from even on Facebook, we want to talk to you a little bit about Elite Dental Wellness.
Yes. This portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that would offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness at 713-789-8660. Once again, 713-789-8680.
There it is. So Facebook, once again, we got to go. Yeah, we snuck an ad in on you right at the end of the show. But we're going to talk Amazon. We're going to talk OnePlus 1.5. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Like Jonathan told you, subscribe, share this, review it, and make sure to donate. Help us, because we're building great things over here. Yes. Facebook, we love you. Mwah. We'll see y'all later on Facebook. Later tonight. It's on and popping for the full episode. So getting back to what we're talking about here with Amazon, right? 14 Billy, CEO is in. Everybody's good. Obviously, the headquarters is going to remain in Austin. Shout out to Austin, Texas. We're right here. No issues there. What I see is sales will improve, efficiency will go up. They may lose some workers there, because Amazon, they're very streamlined.
Right.
So you may see the workforce decline slightly, but I think that's in turn what we're going to get, because technology is disruptive. We're going to get the type of benefits that we're talking about. Like I mentioned earlier, could you imagine you waking up and your groceries are at your door? And they did pick the good fruit for you?
Yes.
You didn't get a bruised banana?
Yeah.
You got a healthy grapefruit? Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Right.
It's possible, Jay.
Okay. I know these things it's inevitable, it's going to take place. But I feel bad where we're going, bro. where the direction we're going. We're going to
Talk
the place
about
where
it. What's up?
it get to the place where I know people say, well, you need to diversify and you need to find a new type of job.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
It's not going to be no jobs, man. For people who are not able to, well, first of all, people who don't desire to get extra education, you know, secondary education. For people with certain physical and mental limitations, you know, or, you know, things of background, things like that, they're not going to be able to go get on a computer and do code and do all that, understand mathematical algorithms, things like, I mean, even if they want to, they just can't do it. So, but these jobs give people opportunity who have to work 2 or 3 jobs to have certain type of schedules, to be in an environment, to work with their hands. And I know Amazon, who they are. They are going, like you said, they're going to streamline this.
Yeah.
And they are also going to bring that advanced AI and roboticry and automation into Whole Foods.
You know
because
they are.
Everything is finna become a supply chain distribution point. They finna retrofit all their facilities, bro. And they finna have it where they have these robotic sorters pick up the food and do the delivery process to autonomous vehicles. That's what's about to happen. This is what Amazon is seeing because they seen Jet.com. They seen how well they was doing. To Walmart did the, and then Walmart had to acquiesce and capitulate to them and say, okay, we require you.
They did. We talked about that.
Yeah. So Amazon said, we're going to do even better. We're going to get Whole Foods. We got a clientele of people who don't mind spending a premium price and who have to be regular shoppers because the food had no preservatives. You have to, it only lasts 3 or 4 days. You buy some Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's real. It's real food.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
so they know, okay, these going to be continuous people we're going to have to make deliveries to and things like that. And Whole Foods already got this got the infrastructure in place for logistically. So that's one of the things. I mean, yeah, it's great to convince, you know, I could make it easier to get healthy food. But I'm thinking about the tens of thousands of people who are going to be without a job because Amazon was the one who purchased this.
Yeah. I mean, we will see. I think you're right, man. We're going to see a decline in the workforce. We're going to see as far as with Whole Foods, and I think it's going to that will trickle over into other grocery stores.
Right. Because Whole Foods was like the Kroger. I think there's a union. There's another one that gave people good starting pay rates, you know, and even offering them benefits and even help some people toward their, education tuition reimbursement, things like that. So they had good benefits and features for people who was not able to go to college or high school. Yeah. And good starting salaries, you know. But with this coming in, because Whole Foods had a good salary, but with this coming in, the first thing that people do when they acquire somewhere, they want to get their return back.
Yeah, that's true.
Right away, don't
that's
they?
True.
So
but Amazon's a wealthy company though. So while I agree with you wholeheartedly, that's it. I agree with you wholeheartedly. This is what it is. Yeah. I think you're right, and I think it will be that disruptive force that changes the grocery shopping experience. Something that has been very standard for a very long time. The only big thing we've seen in grocery shopping over the last 10, maybe 15 years is probably the automated checkout where you check out your own groceries. Right. Other than that, everything else has been pretty much the same thing. We haven't seen technology really change that, plus probably your coupons being on a card, you know, being able to go up and you've got a card that you swipe and all your coupons on there. Those are probably the only 2 pieces of technology that I've seen that has really changed groceries. But now, and like I said, I'm not even talking about what's going to happen in store. Right. But the fact that you won't even have to go to a store, I can tell Alexa I need these groceries and they show up.
Right. I was about to ask you a question. How long do you foresee that it would take for them to integrate the Whole Food? What's that thing I'm trying to think about? Thing like Cisco has with the Walmart inventory management solution. How long do you foresee that being integrated with Amazon for Alexa to be at that point to recognize the voice commands, do those orders? Because I know, I don't know how long this was on the back end. They was discussing this before they brought it out to the public, and they was getting toward the closing days. But how long do you think it's going to take? And you foresee Alexa being able to do these orders?
4 months.
4 months.
Tops.
Wow.
Let me tell you why. Because everything I need right now, everything, whether it's bananas, whether it's protein drink, whatever it is, I can say those words today and Alexa knows what they are. All there is, like you just mentioned, is being able to tie into based on geolocation, being able to tie into the closest inventory, seeing that it's available and putting an order in for it to then be delivered or available for pickup. that one component, I think 90 days tops, another 30 days for them to test it. 4 months, it's ready to rock and roll because they've built they've have the individual components already built. They do the same thing now. Like you can order stuff from Amazon through Alexa right now. You can tell them something and Alexa will tell you stuff about what you want, add it to your shopping cart, and even confirm your purchase through Alexa. So all they're doing is adapting that same technology. They already have the code is written for Whole Foods from an inventory perspective. Done deal. And it ain't nothing to do inventory.
No, it's not.
You know,
It's database.
Yeah, they already
tables,
and Whole Foods already has a database of what they order.
Right.
So all you're doing is taking
import
it,
that, merge to
comma separated values.
Yeah.
This is taking
Right.
this data,
Right.
boom, done deal. So I say 4 months. What do you think?
I don't know what type of systems that they have. I don't know, Oracle, SQL, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about different type of database structures here, audience, and then the ERP systems that they have, enterprise resource planning. But I feel like that they had their team, their CTO and CIOs already looking into this. For this acquisition.
They already knew they were going to do this.
And they
it was either build our own grocery stores or acquire grocery stores.
Right. What I will say that I see forever changed is the shopping experience. And I feel like so many other things that we have not even thought about yet, dreamt of yet, is going to come from Amazon with shopping for groceries.
Oh, I agree.
I just can't I know seeing the drone drop off is very significant, impactful, and exciting. But that's just the tip of the iceberg.
And here's the beauty. We ain't even really seen it yet. Like we haven't really seen. It hasn't hit us that this is a reality yet because you don't see it yet. Even though we've talked about it, and that was 6 months ago.
Right.
We talked about them doing the testing over in the UK and things like that. When we start looking up in the sky and you seeing these drones and they're carrying anything from food to parts to anything, the world is going to change because the mindset immediately, you're like, I'm in the future. Like, that's how you're going to feel. Even though today we might see a drone and be like, oh, it's just a drone.
Right.
Not thinking that this will become the daily thing that we see flying overhead everywhere.
Right.
Drones, pizzas and drones.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But here's what I want them to do.
Right.
Whoever's going to fly over this head, you know what? Amazon, Whole Foods, whoever, come advertise right over here at the Sphere.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to see you do.
Right.
So are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789, or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. And that's what it is. Come advertise with the Sphere. That's what you need to do, Amazon.
Yes, come on.
Whole Foods, bring us some advertising dollars. Let's get this popping. We already promoting you. Let's have a conversation.
That's the truth.
So let's move over really quick from the news. Let's move over into our Mobility Weekly. Now, this is a segment where we like to talk about the things that are happening in the mobile space. Big things popping. And for the Android fans, the Android fanboys, you like the little green robot, and if you're about that life, we've got something that we know you're gonna love, and that is the brand new OnePlus 5. So OnePlus, small company. We've seen them with the OnePlus 1. We saw them with the OnePlus X. We saw them with the OnePlus 3 and the 3T. They decided to skip the 4 and go to the OnePlus 5. No pleading the 5th, but they got the OnePlus 5 for you. Now let's talk specs really quickly now. And let me back up a little bit. For those that are not Android fanboys, OnePlus built a phone that was very high in spec, very low in price. So what you get from a Samsung for $900, $1,000, what you get from LG for $700, $800, what you're getting from all these other companies, OnePlus said from the jump, we're going to give you a great phone with good specs for $399, less than half the cost.
Wow.
And they've been very consistent, small little increases in price over time because their technology is getting better and better. But now we're talking about their new handset, 5.5-inch display, and we're going to get the specs up for those that are watching right now. 5.5-inch display going 1080p. We're using obviously USB-C on this. We're talking about your 3,300 milliamp battery, so you got the full day, plus you've got dash charge. We're talking a full day's use in about 30 minutes. And here's the awesome part about this. This phone is sporting the new Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. This is the same processor that's inside Samsung's Galaxy S8. This is the best of the best processor in this phone. And guess what the price point is? $479. We're talking 6 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage space, 128 gigs of storage space, starting at $479.
Nice.
These are deal breakers. This is for the person who says, you know what? I don't want to pay $30 a month over 2 years, which costs me $900.
Right.
When I can pay sub $500 and get an excellent handset. This is that type of phone we're talking about, Jay. This is the type of phone that if somebody who has an iPhone, they want to get into the Android space and they want to get a close to pure experience of Google's Android platform, you can go with a OnePlus 5, which is running Oxygen OS. And you're going to get a very, very close to stock feel from Android. You've got something that's really going to give you a true understanding of what it's like to be in an Android space at a good price point. Plus, not to mention, they decided to add not one but 2 cameras on the back. So you've got the telescopic cam for the zoom in and your standard cam coming in at 16 megapixels and 21 megapixels respectively. They're doing their thing. This is the handset of today. This, what we like to call, is a flagship killer. Right here, OnePlus 5. Jay, talk to me. Mr. iPhone, who's considering getting an Android.
Yes.
Talk to me, Jay. What's up?
Yeah, well, like you said, it is definitely a rival to all these flagships, bro. This right here for the price point. Also, too, looking at the processor being the same processor that's in the Samsung S8 and the other architecture design improvements and enhancements that they made. Definitely warrants anyone who wants to have a second handset or a phone or who wants to buy something out right now to go into contract. But I look at just the fact of giving you 6 gigs of RAM and a good 64 gigabytes of storage. But the other thing is the network connectivity with the antenna sense, and it's stylish.
Yeah,
the phone looks nice. It actually looks nice enough where sleek and elegant where you don't necessarily want to put a case over it. And, and I'm sure they give you the Gorilla Glass and things like that to help with the smudge and be able to prevent scratches as much as possible. But yet, I think the thing is just the name recognition for them. I mean, I think
it's growing too, man.
Yeah. As this continues to get more and more people who are able to learn about the OnePlus brand. Now, I do have a question for you, Gary. For the operating system, is it spot on with the regular Android OS?
Yeah.
Is it a custom flavor that they have? Or?
So it is custom. Oxygen OS is a build of Android that they've taken AOSP. Whew, my Android fanboys are going to kill me for that. Okay. They've taken AOSP, and they've added some little small additive, so to speak, right? So they've taken some hardware, like they have a custom hardware slider on the side of their phone for priorities. So they add that type of software on top of Android so that you can handle priorities just from a hardware switch in your pocket versus having to open up your phone and go through to set priorities.
Right.
They add little custom side scroll menus and things like that to give you additional features. So what they do is they give you a light little overlay of extra features here and there in your settings and places like that. Other than that, it's all stock. So you don't get any, text messaging app that's specifically for OnePlus. You don't get a web browser that's specifically one. You don't get all that other stuff that you get from a Samsung or a Sprint or an AT&T. None of the bloatware. You just get some extra tweaks that actually, when you look at them, you're like, man, I wish Android would just include these extra tweaks.
Right. Okay.
So I love Oxygen OS.
I'll prefer that then to have that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's solid. It's very, very solid. When I had the OnePlus One, first one. Loved it. Loved it. The only reason why I didn't buy the OnePlus 2 or OnePlus X, whatever the next iteration was, OnePlus 2, was because they did not include NFC, and I was using some NFC stuff a lot at the time, where I don't use that much. I don't use it anymore because I use more voice stuff now. Okay. But that was the only reason why I didn't buy the second one. But this one I'm buying. It goes on sale June 27th. For those that are here in the U.S., it's already on sale in India. It's out. It's there.
So you rather this over the G phone, the new G phone?
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm not gonna wait, especially not for this price point. It's worth having, and I can get the new Google Pixel. Depending on how it looks, I'll get that on the back end whenever that comes down the pipe. But as of today, at like I said, starting at $479, I think with the way that I want it is going to go up to $539. I think that's the other price if you want the 128 gigs of RAM. 128 gigs of flash storage. If you want 8 gigs of RAM, it goes up to $539. So for the additional for the additional $60, you upgrade it. Yeah, I'm good. And it comes in either the midnight black or the slate gray. So basically black or black. It was really what the colors are. Yes. But yeah, man, they did some charging. So charging side by sides with Quick Charge 3.0 on Samsung S8, blew it out of the water. The photos are okay. I'm not real big on photos. I'm not concerned. But for those that are watching that dash chart, let's go back to that dash charge. You see that they're showing you how fast it charges. To me, that's important because I'm on my phone so much that I need my phone to charge fast. Yes. That's probably one of the most important features for me is fast charging. Okay. The second most important feature for me is a clean OS, and that's why I love what they've done with their operating system. Now, like I said, they included all this additional RAM, which I mean, we're talking a phone that's got more RAM than most people's PCs. You know what I'm saying? Most people, PCs are just now at the point to where they're standardizing around 8 gigs of RAM. But you telling me my phone's got 8 gigs? I expect it to be like butter. Like that's what I expect from it. So yeah, this is the phone I recommend anybody who's considering moving away from Apple. Try this phone before you try anything else. OnePlus 5.
It's a good starter. Well, it's not. It's more than just a starter phone.
It's a flagship killer. This is you're gonna experience Google Android in the way that it's intended to be experienced because of the hardware you're gonna get, best processor in the game, most memory in the game, and because of the software. Yes, hands down, done deal. Okay. Yeah, OnePlus 5.
All right, so I shouldn't wait for the Google Pixel.
And that's the thing, man. It's so difficult. So I would say this because we won't see the Pixel 2. We won't be able to purchase it until late October, going into November. That's at the end of the year, man. This is June. I don't want to wait 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't, especially if Google's going to end up dropping the Pixel 2 with the 835. Same processor. They're probably going to give me 6 or 8 gigs of RAM. So the only difference between this and the Pixel is probably going to be whatever Google decides to do with the screen. If they decide to follow Samsung's lead and wrap the screen around. We know y'all like that screen wrap. They started with the Edge and they said, you know what? This is going to be a staple. No more regular screen.
Infinity screen.
Exactly. So, and it still has a little bezel. Let's keep it a buck, right? It still has a little bezel on the side, not as much as what we're accustomed to. So hopefully Google will do that. And we've seen some renders of the Pixel 2. There's some floating around, some fan renders.
Now, the thing is, for those who are early adopters of the VR, that's what I'll have to do some research on and see will this OnePlus 5 work well in a lot of different VR headsets. Because like we talked about in an early episode, it really hasn't been anything standardized yet for the headset. It's still a beta. Yeah, so that would be one thing to take consideration. But, hey, for $500 to have this phone almost a third of the cost, but it's half a cost of the Samsung Flagship and who else is out there? The Google Pixel. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
No brainer. Plus, they got a headphone jack.
Oh yeah, okay.
They got a headphone jack. So that's a win in itself. But yes, OnePlus 5. I'm not waiting 6 months, especially if Google's going to end up giving me the same thing that OnePlus is giving me right now at more than likely half the price point. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So this is just what it is. So let's talk a little bit about the University of Michigan and some driverless shuttles, Jay. Yes. What's going on over at the good old Wolverine campus? What's popping over there, man?
Yeah, well, they get ready. They performing a test pilot this fall of 2017 at the University of Michigan campus. They're going to have two, I pronounce that, Navia shuttles that are autonomous. So they mean they are driverless shuttles, and they're going to be offered to the students for free to help them get around a busy campus. And I feel like they just have two right now, but I feel like this is going to grow to the point where they're going to have 8 or 10 of them, and eventually they're going to stop hiring to do the refresh cycle for people who are, invested into, that's the main deal of employment. And another good thing about these vehicles, as you can see in the video, they are electrically, economically, environmentally friendly vehicles in the sense in that state, and they can go up to like 29 to 30 miles an hour, I believe. And also, too, you can see in the video how they are navigating, turning between columns and things such as that. So this is amazing to see that this bus is going to be coming on your campus at school, and you can hop on there and you can carry up to, I think, to 7 passengers at a time.
Yep.
And so, I mean, this is really wonderful, and this is going to be very exciting for the students on the campus to have something to talk about. A lot of people are going to be Instagramming this live when it comes this September on the campus, and it's just nice to see this. And who knows what else that the school may order a fleet of these things and be able to use these things for other things to get some type of revenue from the students, because it may become a courier service off the campus. I can see I would invest in that to say, hey, you want to get delivered to go in town, to get to those little shops and things, to Target, the Walmarts, to get your laundry supplies, things for your dorm. This would take it there. You need to get downtown for this, blah, blah, blah. You can buy some type of subscription service as your tuition or whatever, in addition to your tuition, to get you around the commute. So this is opening up the doors to so many different things. And the thing is, with it being driverless, you know what I'm going to say, Gary?
Talk about it.
With it being driverless, is that this thing can run all day. It never has to stop for a break. Only has to stop to get recharged.
Yep.
That's it.
Yes, indeed. You know what I feel about this? This is the buy-in that society needs. This is that buy-in this is how you start to change the culture. You feed it to the millennials, right? And as the millennials get older, this becomes a staple, a standard. And because this is now a standard in their life, as some of them become politicians and all these other things, as they influence other people, their parents and stuff like that, this allows buy-in for the masses. You give it to the kids and let the kids run wild with it. Give them autonomous vehicles on campuses. And boom, when they get out, that's what they expect now. Yes. They expect autonomous vehicles. Right. I love it. Yeah. I wish they would have had this when I was in school. Right. I mean, come on. Like this is, this opens the door, like you mentioned, man, for so much monetization. Yes. If you want to do little routes here and there. Yes. And then this also allows this, when you can prove this in this small little environment all over the country, now this opens the floodgates for Uber and for GM's push into Lyft to say, hey, we're going to do autonomous vehicles on the roads, and we're doing it on campuses. Surely we can get you from A to B on the road.
Right. And think about, as the battery technology improve, I had to make a correction. I said 7 passengers, actually 15 plus passengers they can fit inside of this thing in the shuttle, adults.
Yes.
Yeah.
15 passengers in a low-speed electric pod. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so you look at the different battery technology as it improve, and there's no telling what they're going to have on order soon. I think about the different distances they'll be able to go, and of course the size will be able to accommodate more people and be able to carry cargo. And I think about perhaps they may even come out with a bus that's autonomous and electric, as we know what's going on with the diesel Tesla and Nikola, where they can carry the people from the football games or the bands, and they don't have to pay for the driver. They can, because these things are getting to 200 and 300 miles, per charge. So it's interesting to see where this is going, and it brings a safety element, because I think about, like, here in Houston Metro. Think about, would you want to be riding a bus in some of those areas the size of town at 10 or midnight when people are getting on? So now you have to worry about this safety element where people just swiping their card, they get on the metro, and now you have to worry about, hey, is somebody going to attack this driver or do something such to the driver, because everything's being fully video recorded. And then also, too, is no interaction really have to do with any money, any transaction, anything
makes it
at all,
easy,
like the pass and things. So I see this. I see once they release their metrics from this, every campus around the world is going to have these autonomous buses.
They're going to love it, man. Yeah, it's going to you've got a win-win. You've got an opportunity to save some money, and you got an opportunity to make some money.
Yes.
It's a true win-win. And once again, if you're going to be about your money, you need to talk to Houston Housewives of Finance. How about that? So did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough money in savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or send them an email over to info@HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finances are the new faces of the new age of financial services. And that's important.
Yes.
You got to have your money right.
Right. That's one of the biggest anxieties and stresses of life.
Indeed.
Is bad finances.
Yep. And I'm sure M City got their money right. They want to deploy all this. And, you know, a public-private partnership. That's how it's supposed to be.
Want to say the other?
We can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can say that on the mic. It's okay.
Yeah,
We've
okay.
got more content for y'all, but guess what? We're going to say that for next week because we're almost out of time. But Jay, I think this has been a great show. We talked a lot about a lot of things from Apple and what they got coming out, Mike. And I love your prediction to the OnePlus One 5.
Yes.
I mean, it's big stuff popping with Amazon and Whole Foods. I can't wait to get these groceries via drone.
My goodness.
That's gonna be excellent. And obviously to be on a campus with fully autonomous vehicles. What a world we're coming into, my man.
Yes.
What a world.
All this fall. And 4 months.
4 months,
That's
man.
That's fall.
That's it.
Yeah.
Life is changing in 4 months away, man.
Yeah.
Jay, let the people know where they can reach you at, brother.
Hey, y'all continue to hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AstroTesla80.
And of course, you can reach me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Boys and Curls of America. We're everywhere at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. This has been another great episode of Technocrats. We will see you all next time. Take care.
Love you.